Crime is wickedness. Crime is greed. Crime destroys families. Crime divides nations.
My lord, the court was told that there was somebody in the office, room 2, who came to act on behalf of accused number 2. And there's evidence before this court that the FFC number was recorded to prove that he was an attorney. That's not irrelevant. That's not irrelevant in terms of legal representation. The court must also consider the fact that Mjiyako played a very passive role if it was Mjiyako. Very passive role. My lord, is there any evidence that has been presented before this honorable court by the state through the evidence of Mrs. Cronje that Mjiyako was ever communicating with the presiding officer was taking a confession? There's no such evidence.
But look, it's a question of style. I know a judge called K. Lewis. K. Lewis would sit for 3 weeks listening to evidence and not writing anything. Just doing this. Come, you argue. After 3 weeks, you come, you make submissions. And then he adjourns for 6 hours, so 2 hours or 3 hours, he delivers a judgment. Just like that.
Yeah, but
have you heard about that gentleman?
It's an individual style.
Hello?
Lunchtime, Mr. Newman was making a similar story about a judge in Maritzburg. That's the same.
Yeah, so it's a question of style. So, Lewis, they say he was a genius. Fine. Maybe Mjiyako is a genius also.
But
I'm not saying you mustn't make that submission.
But my lord, yes, things were guided by the ethics.
Yes, fine.
Yes. That judge, I don't know how he operated, but Mjiyako was guided by the ethics.
Okay.
Yes. Because in terms of representing a client, we act in the best interest of a client.
You're right.
When Mjiyako was in a passive role, who was he acting on behalf of? Who sent Mjiyako there? No, let alone whether he was instructed by the family. We are concerned about the involvement of Mjiyako in court. There's nothing that was said by Mjiyako from when he entered that room 2 up to when he left. He never participated. Once you tender a guilty plea, I'm making an example. As an attorney or an advocate presenting a guilty plea, all the elements that are there are presented by you to the presiding officer.
Okay, I've heard you, but
yes.
You must recall that, and I'm not saying it. Cronje says she asked Mjiyako, I think she says that, if they had consulted. You remember that piece of evidence?
I can't recall the time.
Okay. Okay. She said anyway. She said she thought they had consulted.
She thought.
Yeah, because accused number 1 said, or 2, whatever. He said, "This is my attorney. I want to continue with him." That's what she says. I don't know. I still have to consider that evidence. Okay.